Hi all, so I purchased this Tapo smart water leak sensor on Amazon and I just wanted to do a quick review of it for you just to let you know what it can do and more importantly what it can't do. Okay, so let's jump in and let's take a closer look. Okay, so I've got my leak sensor unboxed now. So what do you get included? So naturally you're going to get the sensor itself and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. You also get a quick start guide there as well. You also get batteries included. So you have this little tab here that you just pull out and that engages the battery there, and you see it just flash green there quickly just to let you know that that is on and ready to go. So batteries are provided. So you get two AAA batteries already provided, but you can change them as well by just releasing these two screws or undoing these two screws and just putting two new batteries in. So the batteries themselves last for around 12 months. So a year's worth of monitoring on single two batteries there, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so essentially this is a two-in-one sensor. So it is a drip sensor. So you have your two contacts here, and this is slightly sunken, the top of this sensor. So if any water drips on here, it will run down, make contact on these two sensors, and it will trigger the alarm. So the alarm is 90 decibels, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. But you also have the ability to send alerts to the Tapo app as well, but you will need a hub for that, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. You also have four sensors on the bottom as well, and these are your leak sensors. So if this is sitting in any puddle or any water starts to accumulate underneath, even a tiny little bit of water, not very deep, then this will trigger, and it will trigger very, very quickly as well. Okay, so in terms of how this triggers, so essentially this is just going to trigger that water and it's going to sound an alarm on this device itself. You can also have this trigger the app. So there's a Tapo app that you can download for iOS or Android, and it will send you an alert, but you will need a Tapo hub in between that. So it essentially acts as a bridge between the sensor and your Wi-Fi, and that will trigger an alarm on your app when you're not in the property that this is monitoring. So the hubs that you would need is the H100 or the H200. They are really, really great value for money. They don't cost much at all. So if you want to add that functionality, you're going to need the Tapo hub for that. But I'm just going to be using this as an alarm. I'm going to have it in my service room or my plant room where we've had a leak before, and it's just going to sound that alarm and let us know that there is a leak there. And if we ever want to have remote monitoring, then we will purchase the additional hub for that. So the device itself is IP67 rated. So let's try it out now. Let me show you how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of water here as if it was a drip, and I'm just going to drip it onto these contacts here so that you can see exactly how it... Okay, so you can see there just that little bit of water making contact there on this has triggered the alarm. So the other way this works naturally is if it's water is detected. So I've got a little source of water here. So this will just sit on a floor, say in your plant room, around your bath, your basement, for example, your washroom or kitchen, and it will just alert you if there's any leaks. I'm just going to again pop that in, and you can hear the siren go off and how quickly it detects the water as well. Okay, and that alarm will just keep sounding as it did with that break, that little pause in between, and it will just keep sounding until the water is clear, which is fantastic. So I'm just going to dry this now so that it's not triggering. So you can see there, even just being wet on the bottom there, the device is triggering. Okay, so the button on the top of the sensor, that's really used for pairing this with the hub. So you press and hold for 5 seconds. Okay, the green light flashes and that means it's now in pairing mode. and that will then pair with the hub so that you can get those remote alerts via the app. The other thing that you can use this for is to test the connection between the actual sensor itself and the hub, and that's just a single press. And then the other thing is to double tap this button or double press this button to adjust the volume. So I've got it now on the highest volume. If I keep double tapping, you'll hear the volume go down until it's silent. So you can have this on silent and you just get the app alerts as well. So there is that option. So let me just show you that quickly. That's the silent option. And then back to that full sound, that full loudness, that 90 decibels. Okay, so this is the Tapo Smart Water Leak Sensor. It's the T300 model. It's available on Amazon and it comes highly recommended.